Hi, welcome to the Ambient iPad. I'm going to demonstrate the different ways you can route effects in apeMatrix. So I have an instance of apeMatrix set up here. I did this just so we can get right into how you route. Using Ruismaker is the only sound source, and I have Rosetta cells will trigger that just so we can have that going and just play around with the different ways that the effects can be routed. Right now I have it set up in parallel, so Ruismaker goes to the compressor, that sound goes to the output into the phaser, that sound goes to the output, Ruismaker goes into delay, right to the output. So essentially here we've got 5 different effects from the compressor to reverb, and each of those sounds is going to the stereo output. So let me start this up so you can hear that. So the one thing I notice when you're going in parallel is that essentially the compressed sound, which we'll just call the cleanest of all the sounds here, is right in the middle. It's got a nice volume. Everything else is a little pushed back. So if we now change this to more of serial routing, so think of the way that a guitar pedal would be set up, pedal board. So we'll have Ruismaker go into the compressor, and then we'll have the compressor go into the phaser, and then the phaser goes into the delay goes into crystals, and crystals goes into the reverb. So immediately the reverb soundscape is a lot wider and bigger. Phaser is a bit more noticeable too. But the flexibility with this is you can go in any order you want. So we'll just keep the compressor always as the first sound, but let's have the compressor go into the delay first. Whoops, wrong thing. Compressor goes into the delay, and then let's have the delay go into the phaser. So we've got a much stronger phase sound, much stronger delay sound. Let's put all that through crystals. So we'll have the phaser go into crystals, and then crystals to the reverb. So big reverb again, crystals is a little more noticeable. Let's try something else. Let's go from the compressed sound into crystals. Then let's have crystals go into the delay sound. So we've got the compressed sound going into crystals, going into the delay, and then we'll have the delay go into the phaser. So the phaser's just a little more pronounced, a little more metallic, and then we'll have the phaser go out to the reverb. Let's do one more routing. We'll use crystals this time. Let's kind of go backwards. We'll have the compressor go into the reverb. We'll have the reverb go into the delay. And then we'll have the delay go into the phaser. So the big difference here is that the reverb is more kind of following the delay, which is a ping pong, and it's in the left and right. So you can kind of hear it more distinctly as a left and right thing, while in the center is the compressed sound. Phaser is a little pushed back, but a little more pronounced, and everything's a little more metallic. Let me put everything back in parallel, including crystals. So again, with parallel, to me, the big change here is that compressed sound, which is really the clean sound, is right in the middle and is more prominent than the affected sounds. And the reverb is really, really in the back. All right, so as you can tell here, you have a lot of capabilities in here, depending how you route things, and you don't have to put everything in order. I just happen to do that because I set it up. Because apeMatrix is flexible and you can connect any effects to you know, any other effects. You can have them going in parallel. You can have them going one into another, and then eventually out of a different effect. You could have some of them going. Why don't I try that? Let's have some of them going in serial, and then a couple in parallel. So, whoops, we don't want that to happen. So let's have the reverb here. And then let's take the compressor and we'll go into the phaser. And then we'll take the phaser and we'll go into the delay. And let's have crystals go parallel too. So you're really just changing, to me it's just changing the balance of the effects. So crystals is kind of right there. The reverb is right there, the phaser, and delay are a little pushed in the back. Let's go back to all parallel. So you can go through and you can mix and match and change things around. You know, there's the possibilities are endless. And of course, you can also use, you know, right now we're just on one matrix of apeMatrix, but you have 3 available. So you could. And I've done this in other cases. Let me get back to the first one. I've put the instruments on the first one, and then I have some effects on the second, and then you connect the 2. You have a little more flexibility here because instead of just the A and B bus, which could have any number of effects, but you're only turning the A or B bus on this main matrix here because we have the 5 different effects separately. That just gives more flexibility. So, if you have any questions about this or any tips for any other apeMatrix users out there, please leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and good luck with your own music.